Okay, this is project 3.4. I recommend that when you go in and click on your Excel spreadsheet and it's populated in your window and you click on Enable Editing, that you immediately go to File, Save As, take it to somewhere on your computer and give it a new file name. I chose project 3.4, as you can see up here in my title bar. And number 2, we're going to create a cluster column chart. We're going to click on A4 with our white mouse pointer and drag it over to September and pull it down to row 9. Click on the Insert tab, click on Recommended Charts, click on All Charts, and then you can see it's already defaulted to the cluster column. There's other styles here, but the very first one is the cluster column. Select OK. It becomes a floating object within that worksheet. And number 3, it asks us this top left corner, and I always convert my mouse pointer in between the two bubbles. That way I have the moving handle and drag it into A12. It doesn't have to be exactly on that line. And the next location is H30. So I'll just convert my mouse pointer and drag it over to H. And the same thing, convert my mouse pointer and drag it down to row 30. It doesn't have to be exactly on the lines as long as it's within that cell. Number 4, they want us to change our chart title. So I'll blow this up so we can take a look at that. So I'm going to click on it once, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight that stuff, and I'm just going to go ahead and start typing right over the top of that. And I'll do this as quickly as possible. And then the next set of instructions wants you to press Enter so you can then type your second line of text for that title, which is second and third quarters. I always click on a white space outside to get it to accept the change. Next, we're going to apply a style to the chart. Make sure you're on the Chart Tools, Design tab, and I'm going to click here on this More button, open up my gallery, and the very last style in this list is style number 14, and that is the style we're going to apply. Number 6, it wants us to apply a black outline to this chart area. So I always go to the format just to make sure that's what is selected. And if it is, make sure you go over here to the shape outline, because truly, even though there's stuff in here, this is a shape. And within this shape, we have a chart. So the shape outline, they want us to apply this first color, which is black, comma. Let me show you again, black, comma, text 1. So apply the color, and then I'm going to open up this drop-down list again, because this time we're going to change the weight to a half point. Now if we go to number 6, looks like that was number 7. Looks like I skipped number 6. Number 6, they just want you to go ahead and take this text and increase it to a point size of 20. Okay. Now number 8. If you look down here, you can see that we have one of our bars is extremely small, and you can see that's the design and consulting, and they want us to eliminate that from the chart. So with the chart activated, you'll see these blue lines, and over top of this blue square, if you convert your mouse pointer and pull it up one row, you'll notice that that has been eliminated from your chart. That's number 8. Number 9, they want us to create a 3D pie chart. So this is the technique. You can either use your click and drag approach, where you're holding down the control key for the second range, and you hold it down and then you release everything, and then you go up to select pie. Or what you could have done, you could just went over here in the name box and you could have typed it out. The first location or range is A4 to A9. Just make sure, comma, space, just make sure your rows are consistent. And the next range is H4, comma, to H9. And it doesn't matter if the H and the A is capitalized or not. It's not case sensitive with cell addresses. Once you enter it, you press Enter, and it'll accept the range for you. And then you want to go to the Insert tab, and we'll follow the way they want us to do here on this. It doesn't tell us how to do it. It just wants us to select a 3D chart. So I always have a tendency to go to Recommended Charts, and that way I can click on my All Charts tab, and if I go to the pie, and if I click on a particular style, it gives me the name. Or you can just pause with your mouse pointer and you'll be able to see the name of each shape. So now that I have the 3D pie selected, I'm going to select OK. It becomes a floating object on top of my data, but they want us to use this, and make sure you're on the chart tools, the move chart, so that way it will move to its own separate worksheet. And you select new sheet, and then they want us to rename it, and this is all in number 9, to revenue, and let me get my mouse pointer out of the way, the revenue breakdown. Okay, once you name it, you select OK, and it now appears on its own worksheet. Now on number 10, they want us to go ahead and make the change to our chart title. We're going to type it out, and then we're going to change the font size to 32. So you could always click on undo if you accidentally do what I just did. So I'm going to go ahead and type that out, and when you're done typing, I moved it again. I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to go to the Home tab, and then I'm going to select a point size of 32. And then I'm going to click on a white space just to get it to accept that change. Now in number 11, they want us to go down to the legend, which is down here. If you click on it once, a frame will appear around all of it, and you go up here to your point size and change that to 12, and everything within the frame will update. Now number 12, they want us to go directly to, you can see the patio and furniture slice is the green. Now remember, if you click once, it'll select all the pie slices, and you can see all these bubble handles. Well, we need to double click so the bubbles disappear everywhere except for this green slice. And we're going to go to the bucket, and we're going to open up the fill options, and they want the texture fill. So I'm going to turn on this option, but I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to go down here to where the texture is, and here is my gallery, and this is the style that they want us to apply, the woven mat. And you can see now that this piece of the pie has changed. That's number 12. Now I'm going to close this out, and the chart element, so we need our labels on top of our slices. So I'm going to click on, and let me just reduce that a little bit. This is our charts element button, and then I'm going to turn on the data labels, and if you can see, I only have it appearing here. That means that we got to deselect that, click off on a white space, make sure you click back on your pie so all the bubbles, all the slices are turned on, check the box, and then I'm going to go over here to see more options. Now I'm just going to collapse that, and I'm going to open up for number, because they want us to change this to the accounting number format, and then decimal places must be set to 2. And then if I just click outside of it, it'll make the change. There it is, a little slow. Okay, now it's been updated, and next they want us to, and you'll be able to see the update a little bit more once I change the font size to 14 and apply bold emphasis. And you can see now that it's an accounting number format with 0 decimal places. And that's all of number 13. And all you have to do now is just click off to deselect those, save your work, and upload it for grading.